Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Daniel.
I'm Gabriel.
And we're the Colombian Cousins on Friday with the Cousins.
Let's go.
With a couple of new buddies. Down here, as you can see, we have Appa and Sokka joined us. Right?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure we have Katara.
I think we have Katara too. We were just talking about it before.
Yeah. I recently moved, and so, you know.
And we moved studios too, so it's like everything could have gotten pushed around.
Yeah.
But we got started, but it's
a pretty good grouper now.
Yeah. We'll see. She deserves a slot here because she's like getting pretty powerful. She's getting pretty OP.
Yeah.
So she deserves to be in here with Iroh and Aang.
Maybe one day we'll get Zuko.
Oh yeah. Oh, true. We don't have Zuko.
And it'll like complete the main cast.
The main 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Dang. Forgot about Zuko for a second. Dang, but is it gonna be him with the little bun? Or no bun?
Oh yeah.
Is it a bun? I don't know what it is. Ponytail?
the little man bun.
Yeah. Kind of like Sokka has.
Like
here.
Sokka, yeah.
Yeah, so we're just recapping. That's one of the things. They cut their hair. So now they are now disassociated with the Fire Nation, and so they're actually outcasts.
Yep.
They're just out and about doing their own thing. Or on the run. Well, we don't really know what is gonna become their purpose now. Besides
Go ahead.
Besides him, if he still feels like if he gets the Avatar, it'll be like the last saving grace with his dad. Unless that's the only thing he's holding on to.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Iroh would be wise enough to think
like it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, even if you were to capture it, he just would take the Avatar and still like get probably imprison him.
Which, you know, that brings up another point, because Iroh was probably with him. Like, was that like his brother told him, I'm outcasting Zuko, but keep an eye on him. Stay with him. Make sure he doesn't do anything crazy as he looks for the Avatar or whatever.
Yeah.
And then now, because whenever Azul came back to get them, he came to get them both as if they were both outcast.
Yeah.
Right? But it's really only Zuko that's outcast. But she was treating Iroh like he was. But I mean, only because they failed to get the Avatar. So maybe, you know.
I was gonna say that seems like it could be a possibility.
Right.
Like, hey, keep an eye on him. But then because of all that they've been through, now the Fire Lord thinks like, well, you know, they've been kind of acting on this together, so bring them both back.
Yeah.
But then I could also see like Zuko being banished.
Banished, yeah.
Not vanished. Banished, and Uncle Iroh just like seeing him as his own son.
Right.
Just going and like, okay, well,
choosing to go with him.
Yeah, I'll be with you.
Like volunteering almost.
Yeah.
Because then the other thing is like, what could Iroh? Maybe he could have gone back to the Fire Nation if he wanted to, but I think maybe at this point he's just sticking with Zuko no matter what.
Yeah, I think so.
Like cutting to the hair, like this, but him attacking his sister, that was like the final like.
Well,
okay,
yeah,
I'm picking sides
because like she represents the Fire Nation.
Yeah,
and
yeah. So that alone, even if he had a chance to go back, that move, which was epic by the way,
yeah,
of him redirecting the lightning, that alone is like, okay, he's out.
He's chosen sides.
Which I think he's already kind of over the war and like the whole.
Yeah, you don't really see him really taking a stance for the Fire Nation.
Yeah, he's just like this. He goes along with it, but he's just like, this is not. He's over it.
He's above that.
Yeah.
But I do think like he could have returned.
Yeah,
because he's pretty high status.
True. And probably a lot of people respect him.
Yeah.
Which what happened to? Okay, hold on a sec. I'm losing track here. What happened to they had a crew, right?
Who? Zuko and
Iroh.
Yeah, remember what's his face came and took them all to attack the North Pole.
Oh, that's right.
Tribe.
That's what it was. Because I was like, okay, I remember the pirates blew up the ship, but I was like, okay, they were already gone by then. Yeah. Admiral Zhao took them all.
Zhao, yeah. He took them all, yeah.
So then,
R.I.P.
Yeah. So then now they're just they're survivors, I guess, because I'm assuming some of them died whenever they attacked the North Pole.
Right. We don't. It kind of is up in the air.
The ones that didn't die, that survived, they just kind of ran off and headed back to the Fire Nation. So now it's literally just them two.
Yeah.
Iroh and Zuko are totally alone.
Yeah, I mean, on the run, on the run, you can't really. I feel like you can't really try and capture the Avatar while trying to be inconspicuous.
Right. Well, and now they don't have a ship to get around, and Aang can fly, So how are they going to even? They're going to have to confiscate another ship somewhere.
I feel like they have other things to worry about. It's like, dude, we don't. Yeah, like you said, we don't have a ship. We don't have any resources really right now,
Yeah.
and we're on the run.
There's like Fire Nation tribes out there that they can go to probably and get some stuff.
You think so?
Well, there was that one. Okay.
But I'm saying at this point, that even if they show their faces, they're like going to be arrested.
Yeah, maybe, but there's at least one Fire Nation tribe who now respects or is okay with Aang because he saved them. I forget the episode with the dam.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they're out there, and I guess it just depends like where the loyalties are.
Right.
So, anyways, all that was going on at the same time. Aang trying to get forced into the Avatar state, which he did, but they were over this dude. They're like, all right, even though that's where the Master Waterbender sent them all to be safe, I think they don't like this dude because he's just like trying to
push
the envelope, rush it too much.
Yeah, rush the process.
So they just Sokka knocked him out with his boomerang, and now they're just gonna bounce, go somewhere else, or he's gonna go look for
Another
Boomy.
Yeah, I don't know why he wouldn't just go there first.
I mean, they traveled quite a way since that episode, so I guess that was supposed to be a pit stop or like a lay low spot.
Yeah, maybe
for a while.
Where do you remember what that city is called?
Oh no, where Boomy is? No, just the Earth Nation.
Ah, dang. Yeah, maybe that's too centralized. It'd be too easy to go.
Yeah,
like he's Avatar's probably there.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, there's 20 episodes a season, so we need to find conflict. Take our time.
True.
Anyway, yeah, that was a very filled episode with a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of questions, new questions that arose for this season. Like the Zuko Iroh storyline, I'm very much invested in, and now they're being chased by Azul, and then we still have Aang and them going off. Now what we don't know is if Aang is now being chased by anybody.
Well, yeah, I would assume Azul. Because didn't the Fire Lord say my brother and
they failed at capturing the Avatar?
Yeah,
true. Yeah, so maybe she's going to be going after Aang and not necessarily her brother, or maybe both. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe both. I still feel like the Fire Nation is trying to capture the Avatar because they know he's the only one that can stop it.
Well, now that they know that he's
alive
and it's real.
Yeah,
I think before they just sent
on
Sokka as a fake mission to get him out.
Yeah, or Zuko.
Zuko. One day I'll stop getting them confused.
They're very similar.
Sokka.
Zuko, Sokka, Zuko.
Yeah. Unique New York. All right. Let's go ahead and
I mean, whenever we watched that episode where they first went, it, gave the impression that they had been operating like that for a while.
Yeah, I know.
I wonder what happened.
So I guess Omashu is not the town. That's not the town that Boomy was in. Or is it?
Yeah.
I thought this was what it was. So they got attacked in the time that they left?
Yeah.
Coming back?
I guess so. That's why I'm like, what happened?
Man.
Because they've been like that for a while.
I guess, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if their position was given away once the Aang passed through there.
Yeah.
But the only one following him at the time was
Zuko.
Yeah. So I don't know. Damn, that sucks. Hopefully they're still there and still good. Thing is, Boomy was really strong. So for them to lose, I don't know how many other Earthbenders. I mean, they had a lot of Earthbenders, but how many other ones were masters at their craft
at that level?
It'd be hard.
They had a whole army, so I'm assuming the top ones, the top ranks were masters.
Yeah,
but dang. Well,
I guess it's the Fire Nation is the only one. I don't know if I don't know if the Earth Nation has actual full on armies. They have a lot of guys who can earthbend, but the Fire Nation has a navy and they have soldiers and this whole thing.
True.
Whereas even the North, they had all their waterbenders. I don't know if they were just regular residents who were just really good, because none of them. They were the closest that we've seen to another tribe having an army where they're lined up, and they're very rigid and have rules and an admiral and a general and all that, lieutenant, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about that episode where they first went and they approached the wall, and they had guards there.
Oh,
And
true.
even when they were captured after like messing up the whole mailing system,
Yeah.
There were guards there.
Yeah,
and
so they have guards. So I guess they have some sort of. I mean, they have something. It's
maybe it's just not as,
but like a full blown army.
right. Maybe it's
Where
just
they
like a
had-
few guards.
Yeah, like whenever they attacked the north, they had like, I mean, a ton of ships, like 100, 200, whatever
Yeah.
ships. So it's like a huge army. But yeah, I mean,
Dang. I mean, it would have been too easy for them just to
just show up there and
show up and be like, okay, teach me.
yeah. Maybe he ran. Maybe Boomy's not physically there. So the following episodes would be to kind of look for him now
Yeah.
because they knew where he was, but maybe not anymore.
Damn. Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah. It does suck.
You know, I didn't think whenever I saw the moles who can earthbend, I was kind of surprised, but then I remembered Appa can fly. So I guess there are certain animals. Maybe it's just a single animal, or maybe more. No, because technically Momo can fly too. So some animals can just airbend, some can earthbend. So that means somewhere out there is a water bending animal potentially and a fire bending animal.
Yeah.
Which I mean, if you maybe like a dragon shooting fire out of his little dragon shooting fire out of his mouth, or
That would be fire.
which well, I guess Roku, one of the avatars, his animal was a dragon, the spirit dragon. It's a dragon, so
Yeah.
maybe that's the spirit animal that can, or it's now a spirit animal, but maybe that's the real animal. I guess if they have dragons in this world, who can firebend.
But can they firebend or just shoot fire? They can't really control it. Like
Yeah, I mean that dragon. I mean a dragon just shoots fire normally in any other
yeah, like in a normal.
setting anywhere else you see them. But maybe this one. But like Appa only really flies.
Mhm.
We don't see him like do other earthbending or airbending things. But these moles are actually doing like
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, they were actually doing
the walls were
earthbending
coming
things.
up and
Yeah.
things were moving. Whereas Appa just like he uses it to fly. I don't think we've seen him use it for any other way. I mean maybe he can if he wanted.
He like flaps his tail,
Right,
and
and
creates big gusts of wind.
Which I guess that's kind of like airbending, kind of like how Aang uses his staff to like whip it, so it throws a lot more air than he could like with his hands or something.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, it makes sense because it's like, well, they're close to the Earth Kingdom, so you're gonna have animals like that can earthbend. And
Yeah,
then Appa.
And then the water bending, I it's hard to say. Like, would it just be like a dolphin, or like some sort of a fish?
Like a whale.
But then they live underwater, so I mean, it's like I don't know. What animal lives in the water and out the water a lot? Maybe some sort of a reptile or like a frog, or I mean, who knows? It's like I'm just grasping at straws here. I have no idea.
That'd be pretty lame
Yeah,
for a
like,
frog.
who's
to
your
be the-
animal? It's like a little frog.
yeah.
You're like, oh, okay, well,
Well, I got like a
it has to be something
8-ton
big
bison.
because like it's probably a huge water animal, like a huge
Yeah.
like alligator mixed with the whale. They have crazy animals out here that can swim really fast. I think of like the movie Avatar,
Oh,
not this one, but Avatar: Way Over the Water.
yeah.
They're riding those like crazy
Those
looking,
things, yeah.
Maybe it's something like that. That's
Lives-
big, strong,
Lives out of water.
but it just stays in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of them, it's like something that you can ride. Like you saw Sokka riding that mole. So technically, an earthbender that could be like his animal rides around in the mole, or like riding on Appa or riding on. They're usually pretty big.
I just want to know how they learned from these things.
They just watch,
I know, but
and they probably did. I guess they use kind of some motion, so maybe they learn like with the motions. I don't know.
do you think that they already had the ability to earthbend? And
That's
they
the
just-
part that I don't
and
know,
they
like
didn't
where
know?
it started. When did it start? Like, were those the first two Earth? Did it say they were the first two Earthbenders?
That's how the story made it seem.
So then it's like it's maybe they have always had it
Like
in
them.
them, but they never knew how to use it. But then nature figured out a way to use it first, and then they learned from nature,
them.
and then they kind of started from there.
Because I'm still convinced not everyone can do it.
Right. I think that's the case. I think some are just born with it, some can't.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, what came first? Did all four nations, like, did the Earth nation come to learn bending first, and then eventually the Water nation learn? Like, it'd be cool to hear more about the history of
I know. I feel
how
like
they came out with like getting their powers.
we need the books for that.
I know. Maybe there's like extra details in there. Because it's like where did it all start? Like I like hearing about the lore of it all.
Yeah. Because as far as we know, there's just always been
it's just been
the Four
around.
Kingdoms. Yeah.
The Four Kingdoms, yeah. 4, right?
Yeah. But yeah, the 4 elements. So we don't really know if there's one that's well, I guess there aren't any airbenders anymore, but
You're right.
who's been around the longest?
Boomy seems to be the oldest one so far that we've met.
I mean, like
As far as the benders?
like benders, yeah.
I would have guessed airbenders just because they seem like they were all
monks and
monks,
they're-
like they've been around for
Yeah.
like ever,
Right.
And it's just when they kept to themselves and they just been passing it along, and then eventually the Fire Nation learned how to do it, and then they became just aggressors. Yeah, hopefully it kind of goes into that.
little more of the backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, dang, that was good.
Yeah. Well.
I was curious to see how the season 2 would go, and I mean, they're still traveling around, but there's a little bit more to the story, a little bit more stakes.
Yeah.
I thought this episode kind of like threw a curveball. I thought it was gonna be about Katara and Aang, and it kind of was, but it really wasn't.
Yeah, kind of.
And I mean, she was willing. It's like, obviously, we know he likes her, but she heard from the fortune teller that she was gonna marry a great bender.
Right. I was just thinking about that.
Yeah. So she must still think about that. But I think in that moment, she was more thinking about how do we get out of this cave? She talked about the kissing. She's like, it's weird. I know it's whatever.
But she's wanting to do it.
But for her reasoning was like more practical to get out.
Right.
Yeah. He would just want to do it.
He's like, I don't care if we're in here forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he was given the opportunity and wasted it. We don't really know.
At the end, I don't know if you caught whenever the hippies were leaving Katara's face. She was blushing.
She got blushing.
Yeah. So I'm like,
it's hard to say,
so.
or maybe because she knew about it, or because they had a moment. But see, it's like they were getting close, but the fire was also going out. So like, did the fire go out, therefore revealing the glow, or did they kiss?
I think they kissed because it's like the fire had to be out, but then she said the statues are kissing.
Yeah, right. But
I mean, I know that's just what
that's probably what they believed would have happened, and so maybe they did kiss, and then they think that it was because they kissed. But she said, "Oh, we just had to wait for the lights to go out for the glow to show." So I mean, who knows?
I don't know. They got like this close, and then the lights came on. Aang's
but
like,
then at the end, they were like holding hands and they hugged and everything. So it's like, okay, there was a little moment there. So
I'm so proud of Aang.
Hopefully, there's like there's a spin-off show where they like get married and have kids, and their kids can like
one's an airbender,
and one's waterbender, one's an airbender. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Dang, is that a thing? Like, do they crossbreed? That's a weird way to put it. But like, an earthbender marrying a firebender.
Oh,
and then like their offspring, one of them can fire, one can earth. Like, is it a mixed match?
I feel like no, just because
they're so isolated.
Tribes. Well, no, I'm not saying that couldn't happen, but if it did happen, the kids, I feel like they'd either just inherit one ability. Just because then it goes against the show.
No. Yeah, they wouldn't be able to do two. Yeah, I'm just saying like maybe one kid gets one gets the other.
But you're saying like if that,
I wonder if that's ever happened. Like if other tribe members have, like,
yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Potentially somewhere in the earthbending nation, one of the kids can randomly firebend. All the other kids who can bend can earthbend, but one can just firebend.
Yeah, you're like, what's
like? Oh, my grandpa was a firebender.
Yeah, I'm half
long story.
Firebender. Yeah,
true. That'd be kind of cool though.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll see. I'm excited to see Aang get his like. I think another thing about mixing the elements, which would be cool, is that like mixing fire. We've talked about this a little bit. Like mixing fire and wind, you can like use the wind to help propel the fire more, or you can do crazy stuff like make water, but then use fire at the same time and create like this crazy big steam. I don't know, like pressure.
Yeah.
Like pressurize something with steam because you could do two at the same time. You know, it's something weird.
Like if you're trying to escape something or...
Yeah, like if you have water in this hand, fire in the other at the same time. Can you do it like literally at the same time?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
I bet you could.
While also floating. On like with the rock, whatever.
Yeah. The rock is floating.
It's floating, yeah.
So like in that one episode,
Yeah, so that's using those three: rock, fire, and water, and then wind. I guess I don't know what you would do with wind at that point.
Yeah. Well, you're floating.
But
Well,
are you lifting the rock though?
Oh yeah.
See, so you can. There's a lot of creative ways to do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. He only knows 1.5 at this point.
Yeah.
One and
1 3/4.
1 3/4.
Yeah.
We'll give him a little bit of fire bending, but a little bit of water bending too.
Oh yeah. I forgot about the fire bending.
Yeah, he knows a couple moves. Cool. Well, I think that's it. That was fun.
Yeah, it was a good episode. It was fun.
We enjoyed it. So if you guys enjoyed watching with us, consider subscribing. If you want to see the uncut version of these reactions, they're over on our Patreon. We also have a Discord. We're over on Instagram and on TikTok as well. And yeah, we're going to keep following up with this one. We've talked about some other shows we have to get to on Fight with the Cousins. So we'll see. Maybe we'll do a poll to see what we can watch. What else we can watch.
See what the kids are watching these days.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited. But anyway, all right. We'll let y'all go. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Cool.
Peace.